Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a day away from full release, and we finally got reviews from content creators and publications who have put so much damn time into this game, given they were probably given a review code 4 weeks ago when they started being sent out by the Warhorse studio team. And I am happy to say, thank God, the reviews are glowingly positive. We've had amazing reviews from both content creators as well as gaming publications alike. So first I want to take a look at the Metacritic score. Now obviously a lot of true gamers out there, people that are following gaming on a daily basis, know that the Metacritic score is definitely not the end all be all. A lot of these publications want to stay in the good graces of companies, giving them review codes, sending them out and flying them out to events. They want to continue their business. That's how they run, is by posting reviews on games. And if they don't do that, they are going to be shut down. So obviously it is a little bit biased, a lot of inflated scores here. However, the casual gamer a lot of times is looking at the Metacritic score to be the end all be all on if a game is good and if they're going to buy it. So it's still very important, at least in my opinion, at least in the overall success commercially for a game. Now, this morning was sitting at about 93, already down to about 87, still an absolutely amazing Metacritic score. And going through some of these reviews, they have a lot of great ones. You can see IGN Portugal, Tryhard Guides, Game Rant, Windows Central, VG247, Hey Poor Player, Gamerscape. There are so many 100 scores here, which is absolutely incredible. Again, keep in mind, these are probably going to be inflated. Now, if you look at some of the mixed reviews, there are a couple that aren't as loving the game as others, and something that you're going to see here is this game isn't necessarily going to be for everybody, and that is completely fine. The first game also wasn't for everybody. There are content creators, which I'll show here in a second, that are also kind of echoing that same sentiment, however, still saying it's an absolutely amazing game. Some people saying it's potentially one of their favorite games and best RPGs of all time. Luke Stevens, for example, was one of these people who said it's one of his favorite games of all time, and obviously I think he does a really good job putting out reviews in a mostly non-biased way. Everybody's going to have their bias and franchises that they like more than other people and genres they like more than other people, and that's fine, but listen to what he said about this game.
I'm not going to belabor the point at all. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is one of the best sequels to any game I've ever played. It's one of the most immersive RPGs I've ever played. It's got one of the most compelling narratives for any RPG I've ever played, and to put it simply, it is one of my favorite games I have ever played in my life, and I'm still a little bit in shock and awe over how good it is. And that's the review.
And when a content creator, someone who tends to be more on the critical and the skeptical side of the gaming sphere as a whole, is saying this about a game, I think it goes a lot longer than those gaming publications, or IGN, for example, giving something an 8, 9, or a 10. Someone else, like Juicehead, for example, who is really big within the Fallout community, not necessarily something who's super and overly critical about games, but he still echoes that same sentiment, that it's one of the best games he has ever played. Now, he does mention that this game is definitely not for everybody. Like I mentioned, the first one wasn't for everybody as well. I spent 130 hours playing that game in the last couple weeks to catch up, to make sure I know what's going on for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I've definitely had friends that couldn't get into it. But the people that can get into it, it will by far, at least in my opinion, be one of the most immersive experiences in RPG gaming you will ever have. And it looks like the second one's going to be the same. Look at what he said.
I really suspect there's going to be a decent few of you that just cannot get into this game, but honestly, that's okay. Because genuinely for me, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is one of the best games I have ever played. It's one of those experiences that almost ruins other games for you, because yeah, going back to Skyrim after playing this would just feel kind of wrong.
Even content creators who aren't saying it's the best game they've ever played in their life, or one of the best RPGs they have played, at least in recent years, there are still so many content creators, Mortismal for example, saying a lot of the same things in terms of how great of an RPG it is, even though it might not be for everyone.
Discounting a few annoyances, I had a blast with it. Though ultimately, when it comes to recommending this game, it does have a fair few pain points likely, especially for newcomers. Things like the save system being especially obvious, but even things like the combat being really hit or miss with a lot of people. And those are things to bear in mind, and the parts of this review that I would take under the most consideration on your end. Ask yourself if those things look compelling and like something you would want to engage with, because they are ultimately not really small parts of it.
Now, this game not being for everybody is generally what I expected. The first one, like I mentioned, wasn't for everybody, and the second one's not going to be either, and I think that's actually a good thing. They know their niche, they know the game that they want to create, and they're not going to take liberties changing that. This is going to be a very vast, immersive, consequence-driven, choice-driven RPG, freedom-driven RPG with reactivity from NPCs in the world, from anything that you do. And this has been echoed by everyone who has played the game so far and what they have said and set out this game to actually be. And granted, a lot of this could change. There's still a lot of people that are still set to review this game that could have a different opinion. For example, Wolfheart FPS, Skill Up, Mr. Matty Plays, but a lot of these content creators also played the preview and said very good things, and we haven't necessarily seen a lot of people who have played the preview that then didn't like the actual game when they reviewed it. Yes, it's going to have very unique mechanics that they bring over from the first game. Combat, for example, is something, and the reason I didn't play the first game for so damn long. It didn't look interesting to me, but when you get into the game, it feels a lot better. Maybe not right at the start, but as you get into the world and immerse yourself in the world, that realistic combat and the other unique mechanics that they have in this game, I genuinely think you learn to love. And it's, again, like Juice had said, hard to go to another game after playing something that damn awesome. Warhorse's goal with this sequel was to make the first game bring over all of those unique mechanics that we didn't see in a lot of other games, simplify them, refine them, make them the best and most polished they can be, and make them a little bit easier to understand for new players and still have the same depth as the returning and the veteran players enjoyed about these systems. And it seems like they did that in the best of ways and made the best Kingdom Come Deliverance game they could possibly make with all of the resources and support they got when they released the first one. And that's what a lot of people wanted from the sequel in the first place, and I'm happy to say it looks like Warhorse did deliver on that. Now, obviously, I haven't played the game myself yet. I'm going to be reviewing the game. I'm going to be streaming the game tomorrow, so definitely tune in for that, and I cannot be more excited to experience this world again with the sequel here to Kingdom Come Deliverance. But we're gonna have to see. If there's things that I don't like about it and things that I genuinely think are dog shit, I'm going to say that. I'm gonna try to be as non-biased as possible despite how excited I am and how good I am talking about the game. But in general, from what a lot of people are saying, I think this is already going to start off being a big commercial hit for Kingdom Come Deliverance and potentially might make this franchise into the mainstream the same way Elden Ring did for the Souls games. Obviously, probably not to that extent, same way Skyrim might have done for the Elder Scrolls games. Again, probably not to that extent, however, something very similar, which I think they deserve. And honestly, with developers like Bethesda and BioWare kind of having some very bad grace with a lot of the fans lately, I think we need studios like Warhorse, for example, like Larry and like CD Projekt Red to step up and be those new cornerstones and foundations of the RPG genre. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys. Comment down below, are you guys excited for this game or not? Did these reviews make you more excited for this game or not? Are you gonna wait for people to stream it to decide whether you're gonna play it? I would definitely love to hear and talk to you guys down below. In addition, if you did like this video, you like Kingdom Come Deliverance, RPG, gaming, news, and reviews, please like this video and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you guys so much for 975 subscribers as well. We're gonna keep on climbing, keep on posting videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one and on stream tomorrow with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, 11 a.m. EST. See you guys. Peace.